viewers, welcome once again to another edition of our literary program. Well, today we are very delighted to have in our studio Dr. Rusievan Shangpliang. He is from the Department of History, Assistant Professor there, and he is from Synod College. Well, he has been writing over the years, though he is from the Department of History. His interests are varied and many. Well, his culture interests him, identity, social history, Christianity, historiography, etc. And right before you can see that he has already written two books. One is called History of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Northeast India. Another one is History of Northeast India. And he has written multiple papers, attended so many seminars and so much more. So hi there, Rusievan, a very warm welcome to you to this program.
Thank you so much.
It is such a pleasure to have you really in the studios and to be able to talk to you on a one-on-one basis and to bring forward your thoughts and what really moves you, what took you to writing, because in front of me I see these two books, but these are not the only works you have done, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So tell us your area of research when you completed it, I think 2016 from Nehu.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit what interested you to religion, to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, etc.
As you can see, I have two books published, but there are a number of papers published in journals and as book chapters as well. So around 25 publications I have till now, so far. So I never thought that I will be able to write like this. All the gratefulness goes to God, because He's the one who lead me till here. Without His help, without His lead, I will not be here. So my interest in writing, actually, it developed very late, I can say, after my master's only, because I remember because I came from a rural background. I did my school in my village, Mausundram, and I went for class 12 science in Adventist, 11-12, Adventist school. And from there, I skipped for 1 year because I wanted to go outside and study computer science, that, computer engineering.
History was nowhere in the course side?
No, it was not there. But in the course of events, I could not go, and then I went for a kind of tutorials, taking tuition for students in Pongkung, one village in East Kasils, Pongkung. And there I met friends who inspire me. That it seems that your interest is more on history, and I felt that when I realized that throughout that 11-12, where I was studying that time, means I was waiting for my result. I had no interest at all in that science, all those things. My interest always leads to history. So that push from my friends there, then I shifted towards arts. I joined Adventist College, and then I graduated from there. Then I went to masters. Even then I was not into writing. Of course, we are history students. Reading is always should be our passion. So after that, I went for teaching jobs, private like that. Then I got the job in arts and culture, and that was a temporary job. And as I working there, I realized that I was just sitting there the whole time, going there in the museum from 9:30 till 5, just sitting the whole time. Then I realized that I could have done so much more, reading or Then I met friends there also. Some of them, they have already, discussing about doing PhD and all. So I was thinking about that, and this particular friend of mine, he was the one who inspired me to do a research on the Seventh-day Adventists, because we were talking about Christianity in the Northeast India and in Meghalaya and all, how the Christian missions have significantly contributed, to the education, to many fields in the state and in the region. So we were talking about this particular church. This one is the last of the foreign denominations which came to the Kasils, to the Northeast. But no writings was there, no research was done, except those which have been done from the church itself. So from a secular point of view, no writings have been done yet. So this inspired me, and then I realized that sitting there also the whole day, it just wastes my time. And then I started to enroll myself for PhD. And then we were the first batch to do the coursework in Nehru. So it was
so that's how the journey really began,
yes,
right?
Yes,
and ever since then, you have been unstoppable, really. Because going through your profile, I understood that your interests are so many and so varied. It is just not, church history or religion or Christianity. You are also talking about culture. Right. So let's come to this bit, because I always have believed, and since I'm born and brought up here, that this place, in fact the whole of Northeast, is blessed with a very rich culture.
Yes, of course.
And yet this culture sometimes is taken for granted, and we have I think made it a little bit of hodgepodge with so much of a culturalization, should I say, so much of westernization. The influences are so strong.
Yes, yes.
What is your quick thoughts on this? Like, are we really moving away from holding on to our roots, and how important it is to hold on to the identity of our land and people?
From my experience so far, as per my reading and my self-observation, culture is never always static. It's dynamic in nature, because we don't live alone. We are not living in isolation.
Right.
That saying, old saying, which says that like I take for example the Khasis. Old writings, they said that the Khasis were isolated people. So, but when we look at the writings, especially of the British, and they were never isolated. The region may be isolated,
right,
but not the people, because they have a big, wide interaction with the people in the plains, right from the pre-colonial times. So, in that way, their culture was never, static. And the Jaintias kings were influenced by Hinduism from the present-day Bangladesh. Then, the language that we speak is. There are so many words that we use along with those from the mainland, and then when you see about there's so many things, and then when the British came and the Englishmen came, they settled here. They make this the capital of Assam, and then things never be the same. Christianity came. It was not like they want to impose. It was like the people themselves, they wanted the assimilation. Acculturation process is there, assimilation is there. So that's why.
And do you feel that way it got enriched also, because of the interaction they had?
Interaction is always there.
Yeah.
See, keeping their culture intact is not on the society. It always comes to the family, to an individual.
Right.
Suppose I am a Christian. If I'm a firm believer of Christian faith and practices, but I'm also have to pay respect to my traditions and customs as per the laws of the land. I can do both at the same time. There's no harm. There's no harm.
So I think it's about time we do away with that mindset, no? Like it belongs to me, it is mine.
Yeah, it is mine alone.
I hold on to it.
Yes, I should be.
So sometimes so harshly, yes. And I'm so against the other. I'm only to me, and so much against the other, because that is what we tend to see these days happening. Rusievan, what do you have to say? Because there are certain elements or certain groups who are very strong about their identity, like I will not go beyond this. Do you think that's a good thing, or do you think?
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that?
You're right.
Yeah.
We should always be against fundamentalism, because you cannot remain aloof every time. You cannot. Yours will not always be right every time. You have to see from a larger perspective, larger picture. We live in a society where we have to mix with others.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel that that's why we are doing research. That's why we are doing we write, so that people will read about us as we read about them. So that itself is acculturation to writings
and as deeper research is being done, then as you just said, then you realize that the people here were never really alone. They always mixed and mingled and enriched themselves, right? In their dressing style, or in their language, etc., in their practices also. Rusievan, we'll continue to talk, but then I would like to listen to some of your short paragraph, if you can read out for us. What is it that you would wish to share with us right now from either of these two books?
Yeah, this book here is a result of my thesis.
Okay.
But my thesis was on the history of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Khasi Janta Hills.
But you have now
But I've
broadened
enlarged
to the
it
Northeast.
when I was publishing the book. And I've included the Garos in Naga, Mizoram,
wherever they went.
Wherever they went. So it's a very comprehensive book. I think I'm just maybe the first secular book on the Seventh-day Adventists in India.
Okay, how lovely.
Not only in Northeast, in India. So it will be good for people or for researchers who want to continue doing research on the Seventh-day Adventists. Because at that time, I remember, I want to share something. When I was doing my coursework, then I met some very senior professor in Nehu, and he asked me, and he told me that, what are you going to do on the Seventh-day Adventists? You'll not find anything. You'll not be able to produce even one single paper. But when I was doing research and when I completed it, the same person was shocked, and I told him that I can give materials for 10 books with me. I have. Anybody who wants, they can come and meet me, and they can do more on this. So
supplement
yes,
on this.
I finished my PhD in 2016, and I published this in 2018.
Okay.
And it's very interesting that the findings here. I tried to look at it from a social history perspective, not entirely from a church history perspective. And I just want to highlight here one of the the opinions of one of the missionaries, wives of the missionaries, where she said about Shillong. Here she said that the climate has been all that one could desire. Shillong has been well named the Queen of Hill Stations. So right from that time, 1930s, they were observing about the beauty and the pleasance of Shillong, and the market supplied with vegetables and fruits throughout the year, and there is no lack of the usual comforts of life. And then we find another interesting fact that this Waumkra, now this
it's a little
condition. At that time in 1920s, the Seventh-day Adventist missionaries used to baptize people there.
Oh wow!
So
it was
that
a
means
free-flowing river.
Free-flowing is very clean. It was very clean. So like these things I found, and then one thing about the Seventh-day Adventists that I like was that right from that time, when they were establishing schools, they were already introducing vocational education.
Okay.
Now we
and
have
what
in
we
this
are talking about today,
NEP.
right? Yes.
And that time they were stressing on the approaches towards vocational training, and then because they also wanted to stress on not on urbanized sector, but on rural areas, so that the rural and the urban can come up equally. So that is what I like about them. And then they provide opportunity from that time to both men and women equally.
How lovely.
So and they have contributed a lot to education.
And it was back then in the 1930s and 20s, right?
Yes.
I mean, they were so far-sighted, I suppose.
Yes.
And what we are trying to implement now, with the education department and with the government of India, etc. So coming back to another aspect, of course, we just understood what you have think. The youth, because I also know this for a fact, that you are very politically also inclined.
Yeah, that is part of other part of my life.
But politically inclined.
Yes.
So when you are politically inclined, obviously you are seeing certain things which you are not very happy about. So what is it that is making you unhappy, Rusievan, that you wish to bring about a change, or you wish there was a change really?
Yeah, we are in the education sector, and we have seen lots of changes. And these changes, which are supposed to be good, better for the education sector, for the teachers, for the administration, and especially for the students. But year by year, the scenario is not gradually also, but so abruptly, it changes from bad to worse, I can say.
Okay.
So I can give you a number of examples, but since I think we are limiting of time, when I see these things, I thought that we can contribute something to the society. But as a teacher alone, I cannot do anything. That's why I thought that if I join, any political party or politics, then perhaps we can get a chance to do something in a larger,
so will you be
in a larger scale.
Taking politics more seriously in the near future?
No. we will see about that. But as for now, we are so busy in the college.
No, otherwise also right from your early days, from your university days that I know you, you were very active with the students.
Yes. I was
organization, etc.
In 2006, I was president of the Meghalaya Postgraduate Student Union, MPGSU.
Right.
Then 2007, I was chosen as the president of NEHUSU. Then after that, I was in research also. I was appointed advisor of the union and then chairman of the Dept.
So it is natural, very much like in you, right?
Yes.
So if you join politics, are you really happy with the current trend? The way that, let's talk about one trend, and that is jumping the gun. So often we see that, right? I mean, the affiliation is so limited, so temporary. Do you think that's how it should be? No, people change based on their convenience so soon and so quick, leaving aside the people, and they are quite distraught because that's not what they wish to.
If we talk about that, I think I have to point to myself. I joined politics. I contested for an election because, see, my point is not to become an MLA or an MDC. I don't want that. My point is to serve the people. My objective is to serve the people and to at least bring some changes along with our friends. If we are winning, to work together. So because that position of an MLA, MDC, I feel only to become like that, you can just go with money. But I choose a party which, it doesn't believe in paying people to win. So that's why we have to sacrifice ourselves so much. And then I thought that my position, which I have now as a teacher, that is the God-given position. It's a blessing already.
Because
so I don't want that VIP status, But by winning, I thought that we will do something for the people, bring change for the youth, the policies, new policies, and see where we lack and fill that up. So
you have a way to go. You have so many years ahead of you. I'm sure that you'll be able to do that in the near future. Now let's come back to your writing again. I can see another of your book called History of the Northeast. What is this all about?
Yes, this book came about that time. I was thinking because I'm involved in the Northeast India History Association for the last 12, 13 years now.
Right.
And I was very honored and privileged to be, I think, youngest member to be chosen in the EC of the association, and then becoming the treasurer. And now I'm also in the EC, and we have traveled a lot throughout Northeast, and then we have traveled outside of Northeast also, like attending Indian History Congress and all. So, and we have been reading a lot of history books. So when through our experience, I found that many of the books which have been written so far lacks analysis. Many are so descriptive in nature and lacks the basic methodology for history as in terms of present times. And that thought I discussed with my teachers and my colleagues. I thought of coming up with this book, which we can gather papers from all over the states of Northeast, 8 of them, so that we can come up with a comprehensive new perspectives, new theories, new perspectives. So that it will set a background for other researchers to be followed.
So anything you would like to read
so
from here?
That's why I put here one of the in my introduction, I have written here that one sentence I'll just read. Considering the diversity of cultures in Northeast India, we must also accept the fact that the societies in this region of the country also have unique developments and histories that tell the stories of not only the progress but also of their stagnation and regress. So we need to tell these stories. And the fact that the Indian history books coming out from our mainland part of India, they rarely focus on Northeast. So we have to do something by ourselves. And I feel that we have to put more efforts in bringing up theories of our own and not depending on Western or maybe in the pan-India,
Right.
post-independence theories. So this is what I attempt, and I've got so many budding researchers who contributed to the book, and very new perspectives are here.
Okay.
It'll be good for history researchers. And here I've written something like, generally, history and studies on communities of Northeast India still lack many research analysis and techniques that had already developed in the West and in India too. We must accept the fact that the cultural traits of these communities, which include the faith that they adopt and practices, the marriage ceremonies, the variety of language and dialects, the development of literature, art, music, and also the traditional administrative system and polity, as well as the environmental dimensions, among many other aspects, have enough histories to their attributes to enable them to earn a place in the history of India and Indian historiography.
Very true.
That is our attempt to, at least others also will see that we are not sitting, we are working, we are doing research, and that is quite inspiration I'm getting from many of the elders, like senior professors and all.
Your interest is also on identity.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it that what interests you about the identity part? Do you think there is a crisis in identity sometimes?
Mostly my writings on identity is mostly on cultural identity. So because I'm dealing with performances, cultural identity, then material culture. So when you talk about these things, you cannot escape talking about identity. So that's why I look at it from a cultural perspective, not from a political perspective.
Okay.
So I find it very interesting that each community represents a unique identity.
Absolutely.
And that uniqueness can be studied from various perspectives. Suppose like one example I'll give you, I have written a paper on the Nongkrem dance.
Okay.
And this Nongkrem dance, most of the writings which have been done earlier, they focus on how the dance, how many days was there, what are the rituals of the dance.
Yeah.
But that paper, I look at the how that princess there in the Nongkrem dance, she used that gold which she wears. So and then the way that somebody will hold the umbrella for her. So I look at it from a perspective that hegemony perspective. How they have to impose themselves. They have to put themselves in that spot so that it will separate them from others. The use of pure gold like that. So that is material culture, and it brings the identity of that princess and the house, and also of the Hima or the state. So we have to look from different perspectives.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so wonderful that you're talking about all this, and as you speak, I'm sure those who are watching this program will also be inspired, really, that we should be the custodian of our own culture. If not the youth, then who? However, as we are almost concluding this conversation that we are having today with you, what is it that you would like to bring about a change? Because we are always talking about change, we need to see the change. And when we are talking about change, what is the change that you want to see about? Of course, there are so many, but I'm talking about the core one. And who do you think will be able to do that? Whose responsibility is it?
You see, I came from a rural background. It's unbelievable for somebody to see me here talking about the books, talking about our writings, our research, and because somebody will not believe that a boy from a local rural area,
Nongkendong, as we say.
So my it's like a message to everyone, especially the youths, that we are individuals and we must struggle for ourselves. And that struggle, if we put on very sincerely, with commitments, with pure dedication, with sincere efforts, we can bring change. If we don't do that, that change that we are talking, it will be just in the air.
Yeah, it will be elusive.
Suppose like me, I just keep on talking to others that we need change, but I don't do anything. So I'm to be blamed. That's why we need to put ourselves out there. There will be so many challenges, there will be so many breakdowns in between, there will be so many discouragement also, you know. But if we have that kind of determination to that I have to be the, you know, wheel of change. I have to be the one. Then others will also like that. Then we can bring a collective change. Otherwise, if we keep on waiting, let the other person do. I'll just be here, safe and sound. That will not bring anything. So my message to the youth, to our friends out there, you come from many backgrounds, but it doesn't matter. You put on efforts. You pray sincerely to God. He will help you, and you put on, you know, the determination that nobody else will give you. Only you alone.
You alone. That's a powerful message, really, because, you know, our rural youth think that, you know, they stay far behind. They are far behind, they feel. But no, I mean, you are a living example of it, that despite all odds, you can still push yourself and come to the fore. Yes. And as you rightly said, that we always wish to see changes, but we always think it is somebody else's duty to bring about that change, not my role in it, right? Yes, and that is so important, and that's a very nice message that the youth of today, because the state of Meghalaya has a huge population which constitutes the youth.
Yes, and one more thing, Mashmi. See, when you talk about culture, when we talk about the identity, many of our youths now, especially in the age of, you know, internet, social media and all, we tend to have two identities. One in real, one in the internet or in the social media. So if you maintain that kind of thing, then it's not going to lead you anywhere.
Be real, be true.
Be real, be truthful to yourself and to others also. And then we should not get fancy with other things that people do. Right from, you know, from the way we talk, from the way we eat, from the way we dress, everything. We should not copy others. Be yourself. Have your own identity. Because we are born in this very beautiful, you know, state. We have been blessed with so many things. So we don't need to be, you know, worry about all those things.
Taking pride of oneself and the culture and the identity that they belong.
And then don't copy what the Western people are doing
blindly.
You know, blindly. See, even academically, we are trying to put away Western theories, trying to develop our own. Though it will take time, I know, but we should overcome this one day.
For every change, it takes time to happen.
It takes time. So that's why I want our youths, our students to focus on that, and then don't get carried away by fashion, by so many material things. Like, for example, for us, we come from that generation, the most. We don't really focus on those things. We dress like that, only simple. Like this shirt I'm wearing today. This one is, I bought it in 2006. 19 years I'm wearing this. Because why? We don't really focus on material things. We focus on this one and our heart.
Absolutely. That is so well said, and so simple. I mean, simplicity is still the best thing to happen, right? I mean, you may live temporarily in a fake, illusionary world, but I think your true identity is when you are true to your own self, right? It was wonderful, Rusievan, to speak to you, to be able to have a little bit of insight into the kind of work and your thoughts. And I hope that you will continue to be the role model and the change maker for the generation next, and continue to do your good work. All the best to everything that you do in your life.
Thank you.
Well then, dear viewers, that is Dr. Rusievan Shangpliang for you, Assistant Professor from the Department of History in Synod College, Shillong. I'm sure you have been enlightened and inspired by whatever he had to share with all of us today, and you've enjoyed this program. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this, and until next time, from the two of us and the entire team of Doordarshan, it's wishing you goodbye.